Good evening, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now you're probably all wondering, what is Nocturnal Enuresis? Well, to put it in basic terms for you to understand, it is called bedwetting, which obviously involves wetting the bed during the night, which is something that I've dealt with all my life. So out of 2 to 3% of people over the age of 18 plus, they suffer with nocturnal enuresis. Now there's two types of nocturnal enuresis. There is a primary nocturnal enuresis, and there is also a secondary nocturnal enuresis. The short name for nocturnal enuresis, to say instead of saying the long word, is NE. Or for primary nocturnal enuresis, it's PNE. For secondary, SND, and so on. But out of 5 to 10% people, bedwetting is caused by the development of the bladder. It's not necessarily anything to do with medical. Sometimes it can be medical related. Other times it's more found that it is actually family history orientated. So it runs through the bloodline, for example, grandparents and grandparents, cousins, and so on. Well, I'm in the category of the primary. Yes, I'm the primary nocturnal enuresis, which means I have never had a prolonged period of having a dry night. I'm wetting the bed every single night without fail. But if I was a secondary nocturnal enuresis, which means I've had a long period of time where I've gone without wetting the bed, and then unfortunately I started again. But in my case, I've always wet the bed. I've never had a dry night. So unfortunately, it is something that I have dealt with all my life, and there has been a lot of help. Over the years of having bedwetting, I've been asked what treatments have I used, what therapies have I been recommended, and so on and so forth. Well, from as far as I can remember, when I was younger, my doctor told me that I could be prescribed this certain tablet. Now, forgive me, I don't know what the name of this tablet was. I've forgotten because it was many years ago. And they recommended to my mum that she sits at the end of my bed and watches me just drifting off into a sleep. Well, with that, she would then have to prescribe me the medication. Not 100% keen on that, because I'm half asleep. My mum's got to try and wake me up, give me a tablet, and then I go back to sleep. So the process of that was pretty awkward, frustrating as such, because you just want to go to bed. But having to be given it as soon as you go to sleep, that was a bit hard to deal with. My other treatment that I had when I was around about 7, around about 7, I was given the opportunity of trying out the alarm. Well, my opinion on the alarm was horrible, to be truthfully honest. I don't know what else to say apart from the fact that it was really annoying. It was a little, what can I say? It was like a little pad which would then be attached to a long wire, which would then be attached to a little box. That little box would then get clipped to my pajamas, along with the string that would go through my pajamas and into a pair of underwear with this thing in between. So as soon as a bit of urine, of course, touches that alarm, it sends an alarm and it starts going off, which then obviously wakes me up, and then I can go to the toilet and finish what my body had started in my sleep. Well, after a while, that didn't get any useful because I got used to the sound of the alarm. So when I wet, I didn't hear it. So then my mum would then get woken up by the alarm, and then she'd have to come in and tell me. Well, the next morning, obviously I've woken up dry, not realising that my mum has actually come in, helped me go to the toilet, and then I've gone back to bed. So within that time frame, I've then woken up and gone, yay, I'm dry. When it's like, no, darling, you actually, you know, you nearly had the accident, but so on and so forth. So that was quite awkward. I have also tried protection, as in protective sheets, plastic sheets, also protective dry nights, as what they call them. Well, they get called different nappies, diapers, dry nights, anything really. But I have also tried them, which I also tried when I was around 17 to 18. But obviously at that age, you're wanting to experience more, go out more. So how could I possibly do that with me wearing a nappy? So that was kind of downgrading for me, but I got there in the end. I actually had a partner who encouraged me to protect, and that was really reassuring. And now I'm actually on a medication, and if I don't take this medication, I will have an accident. So it is literally, I've got to take it every night, because if I don't, I wake up wet. The other day I actually went to sleep. I had a little nap around about 5 o'clock. Well, because I wasn't actually going to bed, I didn't take my tablet, which obviously then meant when I woke up after having an hour and a half nap, obviously I'd had the accident and had to change. So it doesn't matter when I go to sleep. I could go to sleep 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I could have a nap at 12, and it would happen then. So it doesn't matter if it's at night, although it's called Nocturnal Enuresis. It happens regardless, even if I'm asleep throughout the day, I will then obviously have the accident. Having nocturnal enuresis has been a struggle. It has been isolating at some times because I didn't go on school trips. As you heard in my last video, I didn't participate in anything that I should have as an individual like everyone else. I felt like because I'm the bedwetter, I'm in the wrong and I'm not normal. But the thing is, I'm just like everyone else, and it shouldn't change me. And I think the reason why I'm doing this video is because I don't want others to feel like they have to hide themselves, because I know what that was like, and I've missed out on so much. Like, I didn't go to trips to Wales or go on a 6-week trip to a different country to help them with the school. I didn't get to do that because I didn't have the right mindset then to think, well, hang on a minute, no, I can do this. And guess what? You can. You can do this. I know you can, because I can. I didn't think I could do it, but I mean, I've done it. I've flicked that lid off the bottle, and I've done it, and I wouldn't turn back, because no matter how much hate I may get from this, it's not going to bring me down, and it shouldn't bring nobody down either. I mean, I'm just glad that I'm doing this and encouraging people to feel like they're not on their own, because for years I felt like I was on my own, and I shouldn't have. And unfortunately, I felt like I was on my own from people that didn't understand. I felt like I was on my own from professionals that did understand, but didn't want to put me in a category because of my age. So unfortunately, because of treatments and things, I got the help that I that I needed, but I didn't get the personal help to deal with it. Like, I got told, oh yeah, you've got an undeveloped bladder, you've got nocturnal enuresis, blah blah. That's it. You know, there was no really. I heard that you could have surgeries and things like that, but I've never been offered that because they don't see it as a medical condition. They see it as they go by what you drink, how many cups of tea you've had throughout the day, how many fizzy drinks you've had, what certain foods you eat, when you eat them, do you eat them past a certain time? So they do like to. They don't put their eggs all in one basket, which is absolutely fantastic. That's grand. But